Hey yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Thanks for tuning in as always. Appreciate the support of the channel. Got one here from BeanHoleBandit. The bandito of the holes. We'll call him Bean. He's in a 3.57. Pretty good setup for him in an Object 140. He sent me this replay to take a look at, and his note on it was, I hate this tank. So I'm going to be a little straightforward here, Bean, and I'm going to tell you one thing, which is also going to be the title of this, and the title is, It's Not the Tank. Let's take a look at what happens here. It's not the tank. Most of his team goes over to the west side, so right away we can see that he is going to be a bit defensive. I think this is a wise move, especially early. I would have shot right there. No reason not to. You might have even hit him. So he's in a hold down spot. The 140 does pretty well hold down. It's got a nice turret. He is obviously aware of this spot. Pershing takes a little spanking, and all he has is him, a 4502, and a Pershing. So being careful is absolutely the right idea right here. So there's an STA-1. He's doing a little peeking and poking. I would have probably shot in there somewhere. Just give it a try, see what you can do. You were spotted. We do the crawl forward and we bounce the T-44. So now we have SA. There's a WT, there's an STA-1, and there's a T-44 on this flank. There does appear to be quite a bit on the other flank. In fact, the grill is over there. The Leopard, the Type 4, and the ST-1. That's a lot of their big boys. I know I've got 3 here. Probably take a shot in there. You might as well. You don't lose anything. Something else just hit me. A Foch. Now I know there's a Foch, an STA-1, a T-44, and a WT. I've got 4 tanks. So being defensive is a good idea. But now I have to ask you, going back to my title, It's Not the Tank. What are we trying to accomplish right now? What's the plan? Are we going to snipe at the STA-1, which we haven't yet to do? Maybe even would have got 1 or 2 shots in on him. Are we just trying to bait shots? Do we want them to see us the entire time? What's the plan? There's a Centurion AX in the middle. That's interesting. And now we've been hit by an HE shot, which should have been very predictable. If you're going to get into a nice hold down spot and there's no arty and you're not going to move out of it, they're probably, especially if they got decent guns like TDs do, start shooting HE. So you sat there for a while, accomplished very little, didn't even shoot, and now we have another customer. Now, this is a good idea. You just flexed. Outstanding. That's a good idea. Take that shot or maneuver to get a better position. Clearly you weren't going to have the depression right there. But the ST-1 is causing you issues. Every time he pops up there, you are seen. And then, of course, once you're seen, that Centurion AX will have shots on you as well. So not a bad move initially, but so what's the plan? What are we trying to do right here? What are we trying to do? Oh, there we go. There's a guy to shoot. Centurion. Shift around a bit. Get into a shooting position. In fact, I might even go a little bit farther forward and dive down into the road there where there's a little bit of terrain that comes up. That's unlucky. This guy's at 7. Alright, let's kill this dude right here. Nicely done. And he's dead. No, he bounces it. Oh my goodness gracious. Very much unlucky. He fixes it this time, gets away. I might even just shot in there and then I would have moved forward. That's going to be a bit of an issue later, that guy being alive. Unfortunate. Pershing is still kind of looking at the STA-1. There are 3 of you here. There are 4 of you on this flank. There's a Centurion AX in the middle. What's the plan? What's the plan? The AX is a one-shot. Why not try to get down in there, figure out where he is, and take him out? Should have shot at the T-44. That was a missed opportunity. There's the AX. Let's kill him. Oh, we shoot on the move. And we leave the AX. The one-shot AX. The only thing right now keeping you from opening up a different route into the east flank is that AX. STA-1's poking at the 4502. Now I'm going to speed this up, folks, because I'm going to ask Bean, what is the plan, my friend? What are you doing? And we spend a long time poking and peeking. I get close enough to get proxy lit. That way they know where I am, because for reasons I wouldn't want them to know where I was. The Pershing's doing a fine job. It looks like maybe you think you're going to poke and get a shot, but you're simply not going to because the depression on that thing is bad. So let's talk about it for a minute. I'm going to slow it back down to standard speed. Where can I get a shot right here? Well, I could work over and see if I can't find the AX. Now that's a lot of open ground over there, but I might be able to find him. I don't want to get too far out here because I can then potentially be shot by the TDs camping back here. But I can poke around this corner, maybe get up here to about here. There's kind of a ridge. You can see it right above the Pershing here. And I might be actually even be able to spot the stupid Centurion looking at me because that guy was not very bright. So that's one plan. Plan number 2, come around the flat part down here. You can work with this building. You can work with the rocks. You could even come up the road potentially and look to see get a quick shot into one of their sides. Obviously dangerous with the WT and the Foch right there. Potentially then coming off onto the side over in this area and looking for a sneaky shot into the side and then backing up behind this building or these rocks. This building is destructible, so you do have to watch for that. And a super aggressive move would be to come across over here into this flat and then up towards the hill and then duke it out with these two. I don't think you've got them on low enough hit points to do that. They'll probably machine gun you down. And if the TDs are high enough or close enough, sometimes it really takes quite a bit up here. But there's an off chance they may just have one shot and a shot across here. But more than likely, those two are your biggest problem if you go over here. But those are all valid plans. What would I do? I would come down here where I'm not spotted, take a couple peeks around this corner, not commit, and see if the TDs are actually seeing me. And that would at least be some information. At least I can know that if I'm spotted here, and I know it wasn't one of these two guys, which it might be because the STA-1's back here, but still, just go gather a little SA. Don't commit all the way around and go crazy. But all of those are valid, and I think they're much more valid than this, because then I ask the same question, what are you doing? What are you doing? So you said you didn't like the tank, but at this point, to be quite honest, it's not the tank, it's you. Go get that AX, man. Look at him. He's out in the middle. Being a dope. Uh-oh. Shoot him. Shoot him. No. Oh, no. All right. T-44 is being a little foolish. You didn't quite get the shot. You might have been able to come up. Instead of coming up over this ridge, you may have been able to come up through this little V and got a shot across the side right there. I don't think he was high enough, but that was a possibility. So now we're just kind of staring down the 44. So I'm going to speed this up again because we're kind of going back and forth with no real plan. No real plan. Now the AX is dead. Okay, so that's good news. The AX is dead. That means I can start investigating moves around this way to change the fight a little bit. Maybe even just come around and see if the stupid WT sees me. If he doesn't, I might be able to come up and get into this saddle right here without being hit. Those are all possibilities. I still have the option to work this side. In fact, as we're starting to win and seeing what this T-44 is doing. Oh my gosh, the T-44 got foolish. Okay. Oh, get your gun around. Track him. Oh. That took forever to get your gun around. Nice job on the angle on the armor. He couldn't pin you. That was outstanding. And you kill that guy. Alright, that's good news. So now one of the mediums is gone. Now there's only one. I think that opens up the move across around here into this little flat. This is actually a bit of a hold down spot right here for a 140, as flat as you are. I think it's time to get in there and get rid of this STA-1. And I ask you once again, what are you doing? Well, we're going to look for the STA-1. Alright, valid. Let's go take a look, see what's going on, see if we get lit. Where is that dude? I did get lit. There he is. Alright. So I want to go dark before I do anything. Come back around here. Maybe I'm thinking about going the other way. I thought, as I was watching it the first time, I said, alright, great, we're going to go take a look. And we come over here. Looking around. Maybe use the bush below you. Possibility of getting up and over there without being spotted. Looking around, looking around. Very tentative right here. Very tentative. Oh, there he is. So nice job. Found that dude. Put one into him. We're waiting. Spotted. Alright, yeah, you probably should have known you'd been spotted there. And we back off. STA-1 is curious. He's medium curious. Takes a look there. And now we're headed back. Pershing took a lick, so he's down to 1%. 4502 is pretty beat up. Hasn't done a whole bunch. And I thought at this point then you might be doing what I said earlier, is get her over into that flat area over here and start working on that STA-1. But no, we go straight back to a spot we can't use very well at all. And we spin around. My technique for stuff like that, if I come up a hill, is just to back and turn around and then get my front headed downhill. Just seems to work a little bit better. And this is where I thought, wow, now he's really going for it. Nope. Nope. I'm going to be a little tentative again. There's the STA-1. And camera technique says when he's lit like that, you need to look. Go ahead and do this right here and see when you can get a shot on this guy. You're going to come around in third person here. You can see him, and I assume you were trying to see if you're going to be seen by the TDs. But we come around. We're not even really pointing at him. We're not zoomed in. We're not looking for any kind of shot. You had some right there, but you missed that shot opportunity. Ow, ow. And now we drive straight up the hill, getting hammered. And where's the turret? I don't know. And there's that guy. And oh my gosh, I've driven through the enemy, given them a bunch of my hit points, and run away. All right, man, if you're going to commit like that, do it smart. Get over into this flat area. You've got to minimize. You knew those two were there. You've got to minimize the amount of shots you can take. Clearly coming around, not shooting, and driving straight up this hill was going to get you hammered. At least if you'd gone over into the flat, you could have started duking it out with the STA-1. Maybe the Pershing and WZ help you out. Once you kill him, it's much easier to come down and start dealing with these guys. But as it is, you traded a bunch of hit points for nothing. Now the Pershing's in trouble. He's up top. He's about to go down. The STA-1 nukes him, and now you are a 2-shot to the STA-1, and there's 2 TDs. And this game is still in the balance. Not really sure what you're trying to accomplish with that unless you're trying to find the TDs. But even if you did, you wouldn't have a shot. You don't have enough depression. And if you came up and took a shot at them, so they didn't see you, the STA-1 would have followed and whacked you again. So we're back up at the top, and the WZs come around, and now we're spotted. Again, what's the plan here? Unfortunately, we've frittered away our offensive capability at this point. Between you and the beat-up FV and the beat-up WZ, you don't have much offense. You can't take a hit from either one of the TDs. And the STA-1 will gun you down in 2 shots. And so we get out. I'll just fast forward because we zing around out here. And we head back. Now this brings up another point once you head over here. There was an option much earlier in this game when this fight was going on down here, since this was stagnated, to disappear, and then after you'd been gone for a while, don't telegraph it. You needed to be dark before you did it, but then just turn and go. And come around and go help these guys win this flank over here. That was another option. Okay, so as it is, you fall back, and your team is starting to win over there. WZ is forward. The FV has not moved very much. Probably got most of his hit points shredded by HE. Come up here, and here they come. The STA-1 makes a mistake, and he's getting a little desperate now based on the setup right now. Missed that shot. Probably need a little more lead fire. I've seen this from you before. Make sure you get out in front of it. Stop following directly at the tank. Get out in front of him and wait for him to come where you want to shoot. Then you can get some lead fire into that guy. The Foch makes a mistake. He drives up. But again, now they're down to 3, so they're a little bit desperate. They feel like they need to clear out this flank over here. He's trying to wiggle and jiggle and stop you from killing him off, which he does not. And now it's all over but the shouting here. We're at 1900. Nice accuracy, fast reload. Yeah, you need more lead fire. You're just shooting straight at him. Ooh, that was a little better, but still, you put it at the front of the tank and it hit the rear. Get him. Fire. Do it. Oh, right, I'm going to speed it up. This last thing drove me a little bit crazy when I watched it. All right, so he's a 1-shot to you, and it will take 2 shots for him to kill you, and you'll come in here and you won't go after him. So there's another 200, 300 points of damage you could grab right here, and so what if he hits you once? You're going to end up killing him. Now, if he tracked you at a weird angle, potentially he could get you, but that's very unlikely. And what I would have done is I had to come around in this flatter area over here so that you wouldn't have to come up and over so much where you are. Just come right through here, point at him, take him down. In fact, I probably would have continued going at him. If you survived the shot, you would probably be able to ram him based on your speed and maneuverability. But as it is, you allow the WZ to get the kill right there when you didn't really need to. All right, so let's recap this, because the title of it was "It's Not the Tank, It's You." And that's not to be insulting. You saw a situation where you kind of needed to be defensive, but you can, and I've said this before with a lot of my replays and my replay analysis, you can be aggressive in defense, which means you can look for different firing opportunities to whittle down guys that are near you without overextending and without exposing your tank to too much counterfire or return fire. And I really think you had several opportunities in there to change that fight considerably, as you were a Object 140, a Tier 10, and a 357. That was kind of your job over on that side, and you played super, super defensively. Obviously, you won. Good job on that. There were a couple things you did that were real nice in there, but I just throw all that out for your consideration. Well, I hope somebody learned something from this. I hope you like what you saw. As always, if you did, make sure you subscribe, and we will see you.